McDonald's is causing an E. coli outbreak. Should we start growing our own food? Also, we got potential college football outlooks. Are the Big Ten refs being shady this year? And also some uncut Airbnb stories right here on the Lava Lamp. It's your boy Mason Stevens.
It's your boy Ryan Motter.
And it's your boy Jay Brand.
Let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Is there something you wanted to tell us as well, Jordan?
Yeah, I'd like to open it up with just like a quote. It's a hood quote, but it's a good quote.
There you go.
Dolla, you know why they make sidewalks? These streets ain't for everybody.
You right.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
You know what I mean?
You right, dude.
That right there.
I really feel that.
That right
I
there.
feel that.
Is the quote of the day right here in the Lava Lamp.
They're not for everybody.
Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel with all those notifications turned on. That way you don't miss any future uploads.
And if you haven't already, go check out the past videos. Go show them some love. Drop some comments on there. Leave a like button. You know what it is. It's a Lava Lamp. Let's get to it.
All right, so let's go ahead and start out with that McDonald's E. coli outbreak. I know you had some info on that earlier.
Make it some fire.
Yeah, so I basically heard on the radio today while I was at work that there is an E. coli breakout leaked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. Now, there's been one person that's died already from the outbreak. 4 people have been hospitalized. Basically, they're saying, McDonald's is saying it's not the meat, it's the onions that they use for the Quarter Pounders that are doing it.
Is it the red onions?
I don't know what it's like.
Or no, they
whatever
use
onions
white.
they use.
They use the diced
for
silvered.
It's like them big diced ones though, because like for the other sandwiches like the McDouble, they give you them little onions, right? But for like the McDouble, it's like not the McDouble,
the quarter
pounder. It's like a legitimate like sliced onion,
it's called
right?
silvered.
Slivered.
When I worked there like 20 years, it's called silvered.
You sure it's not slivered?
It could be. I could have been just.
Maybe it could have been a little cooked.
You never know. I could have been as fried as the fries.
Maybe they thought it was.
For all we
silver.
know, Jay Brand's got dyslexia though.
I was seeing silver fries. I don't know, dude. Golden Arches, silver fries, isn't that it?
He said, "Hey, who ordered the McDouble Reberg?"
But no, on that topic, I mean, I think that brings to note that just like most of our shit is fucking poison.
Yeah,
like it's such a poison that like it just now more than ever you just have to grow your own fucking food. You need to catch your own fish. You need to hunt your own meat. If you're not able to do all the 3, you need to do one, and you need to become a community and trade with each other.
Yeah, I was gonna
think
say
that's how you win.
You and me, when I was at your house the other day, we were talking about that because I saw your garden that you got going, and like talking about how you have tomatoes, your neighbors could have cucumbers, whatever, and you have more than what you can do anything with, and you trade them. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that won't work with everything, but for our food, definitely could work.
Well, and I think that brings it back to a point where everybody has pride in their work.
Yeah.
Because if all day you're growing food for the community and it's like what you're good at, and people are like encouraging. Like,
absolutely.
Hey, you're the tomato man, Mason. So,
well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you make all the tomatoes, man, and it's like, I think that's like a lost art. Like I think that's the thing the Amish do right. You know, like they provide for a whole ass community with their own skills.
Well, I think realistically, like where, like everything started out at, you know, when people first started coming up, like everybody had their own trade. You know, everybody had their own thing. You know, the Masons, they did their own work.
Their last names were based off of their occupation.
Pretty much, yeah. You know, a cobbler was doing shoes.
Shoemaker.
You know,
carpenter. A smith.
Smith, yeah.
Makes you think
There's
about
a lot
like
of
people
spits.
that got the funny last names though.
You say what?
That have like the funny last names though. You
Oh
remember the one girl in the.
I was a Thornton.
Where you got the girl who was like, they got that weird Indian last name, and it was in, I think it was the CheckSmart database, and it was something comes at night.
Yeah, dude.
So, like, how do you get that name, dog? You know, like you're either really shady or really freaking.
Nah, hold up. Sava can contest to this. When we lived in Piqua, right? Because we grew up in Piqua, Ohio. Shouts out to them. There's a place in Piqua that sells RVs, right? And it's Tom Raper's RVs.
Yep.
How'd you get Raper, dog? What you do, dog?
That's her. Just don't give me a last name like Little John.
Well, I knew someone. I think he was actually in your grade in high school. Last name was Seaman.
Oh shit! I don't remember seeing in my grade.
I'm pretty sure he was in your grade. We can
What grade was he in?
I don't know.
We can block the name out, but Seaman now.
Not my grade.
I bowled with him. I'm pretty sure he was in your grade.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe he was a grade below you.
Probably a grade above.
Man,
Gonna make it?
This motherfucker's lungs boiling in there, dude.
I didn't thought I put that much in that joint, dude.
I'm cooking it up.
Yeah,
He's marinating
Chefing'.
in there.
yeah. He's a Big Ten chef right now.
And that's why you gotta call the Big Ten chefs. Gordon Ramsay. We got Paula Dean. We got motherfucking Rosie. I mean, Rosie O'Donnell. Wait, what?
Remember when Paula Dean got in trouble for saying the N-word?
No, for real, she did, bro.
She did.
She was the butter lady, and then she said that, and everybody was like, no, we ain't fucking with butter no more.
We fuck with margarine from now on.
Margarine, dog.
I can't believe it's not Paula Dean.
Damn, dude.
My grandma met Emerald. You remember Emerald, the big Italian? Bam! When he was cooking.
Oh yeah,
Emerald
yeah.
Live.
Futurama
Yeah.
did a parody of him.
So
yeah.
my grandma met him on like a cruise ship somewhere, and it was like a total low key cruise ship thing. Like, it wasn't meant to meet people like that or anything.
Oh, nice.
Not that thered be like a Chef Channel cruise ship.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking.
It's like, hey, I'm here to meet the dude, dog.
Let me get Jack Fieri. But so she met Emerald, and she said he was an asshole.
Oh, really?
Like, she walked up to him, he was just like sitting somewhere, and she like introduced herself kindly, and it's like, if you know my grandma, she's a sweet woman. So yeah, I guess he was basically like, before you start, like, it's $50.
Well, you know,
Even like talk and get an autograph. My grandma was like, you're on like the Food Network. So
yeah, dude,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
no
like,
thanks.
you know, like we talked about this before, but like, I don't understand how you could be in a position like that where you've got some kind of fame or notoriety, and the reason you're there is because of your fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get an opportunity to meet your fans, you're a dickhead. Like, why, bro?
That was the never meet your heroes.
Yeah,
thing
for
we were
real.
talking
Yeah,
about.
we did
Yeah.
talk
You
about
wanna
that.
meet
Yeah,
your heroes because it could go bad.
it could
could
fuck up
spoil
your
it
whole
for you.
image of them, and then
Yeah,
your
your whole
whole
life
like,
is ruined.
yeah, for sure.
I kind of want to go back on the whole like growing your own food and the food we eat is poison and shit. Because like you have a point on that. We don't know where our food's coming from
At all.
But I did want to kind of like go into the whole like growing your own food aspect of it, because it is definitely something that I feel like society has lost as a skill, like you were mentioning earlier. I went to my parents' house about a month ago, and my dad literally bought these 2 giant greenhouses for the backyard.
Nice.
And he's like trying to basically make the house completely self-sustainable. He's currently building like a solar panel generator in the backyard too. So like he's legit trying to make sure he's as self-sufficient as possible. And like,
That's dope.
I don't know, it just really made me think like it should be something that everyone should do.
Well, you know, hear me out on this. This might be a hot topic, or might be a hot take.
yeah.
Hot take. My bad. But I think that like the reason that is like my generation of kids, even your generation of kids. Did we idolize farmers growing up?
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, bro.
Right.
You look at a farmer kid, you're like, man, this motherfucker's like, he don't even know what's going on with society, bro.
It's Michael Jordan for me.
But that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because if it wasn't for farmers, we wouldn't fucking be here, bro. You know what I
Have
mean?
clothing.
We wouldn't have food to fucking get going, you
Yep.
know?
Another thing that I've noticed is a lot of people are okay with like buying meat off of the shelves at the stores, but those same people don't have the willpower to like kill an animal themselves to eat.
Yo, yeah.
Which is like, what do you think about that?
Well, it's a catch-22 because either way, an animal's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you just are like, oh, I just eat vegetables, it's like that land is being like tilled. Something's going to die in that
Mhm.
process, whether it's insects, small, like squirrels, because they could get caught in a combine, you name it, tilled up, groundhogs. So it's like something dies in the process for you to eat.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like to hunt, so it's like I take all that on me.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I still buy meat at the store. I just try to buy stuff that's better.
Yeah.
More
if that is-
organic.
yeah. higher end, so to speak.
Back to what you were saying, bro. I think like you were talking about like the type of food that they sell now and like really how healthy is that shit. They've openly stated and like it's a fact that there is a percentage of insects that is in our food that they sell to us.
Yeah.
From the factories that
Even
they
just
literally
accidental.
they're legally allowed to sell it as long as
Mhm.
it's under a certain percentage. But we're eating insects on a daily basis, bro.
It's the new world order. They want you to eat bugs,
Yep.
own nothing, be happy.
It's protein. Deal with it.
But the one thing about the
Facts.
meat industry that gets glanced over a lot with the people that hate the meat industry is the fact they actually use like everything. Like they'll turn hooves into fucking glue.
Yeah.
Dog food, you
Right,
name
right.
it. So it's like there's really nothing that doesn't get used.
Whereas
and
in
that-
the wild, a lot of it
I mean, even at the
decomposes
job I
into the
work,
ground.
shit's wasted all the time.
Yeah.
Stuff
Well,
in the trash. I mean, it's barely.
If you
used,
think
name
about it,
you know?
that is a way, like, even though it's fucked up, it's a way for them as a business or corporation to conserve your product, right? Because you only have so much of a certain thing, and you got to make the most out of each thing that you have, right? Otherwise, you're spending more money on more of that fucking thing, and that's more money out of the company's pocketbook. They don't want more money out of their pocketbook. They want to
Right.
save more money, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and then that's sometimes that's being very resourceful and using everything is that exact point.
Yeah.
Just stringing every dollar to the
Yeah.
last end. Every dollar signet.
Nah, but for real though, I mean, I think it's definitely worth it if every part, like you said, is
Mhm.
getting used. You know, instead of just the meat or the fur. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that is. I feel like it's not as inhumane as people make it out to be
Well, someone
when it's all
argue-
being used for something
And done properly.
properly. Yeah,
Someone
exactly.
argue that that's resourceful, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're using
True.
the products that you have, you're making the most out of it. So you're
And, I
being
mean,
as
that's-
resourceful as possible.
That's what our Native Americans would have done.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, what better way to pay homage to them
I
than
mean-
to hunt and live a land loving, like gardening, communal based
Now, I will say,
society.
I will say the one thing that is inhumane. Not everywhere does this, but I've seen a lot of videos where,
Yeah.
like, cows will be hung upside down and their throats will get slit and they just get left to bleed out right
Well,
there.
low key, that happens at slaughterhouses, bro.
Sure, yeah.
They be
Well,
doing that.
it should just be an instant, like, it should just be an instant thing.
Most
bro.
of them use it's like I think the term is a cattle prod, and it's like this CO2 based thing that just like a piece of steel comes out that's that far.
like a rod.
Yeah, and it's
Shoots
like
'em right up their
instant.
ass,
And I
just
mean, yeah, it's like it. Well, because they have like a very thick, like bone in their forehead.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't.
oh, they
even-
do it to
even-
the forehead. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, yeah, that's how they do it.
That's what they shoot 'em right up the ass, dog.
Dude, how would
Yeah.
Oh my god. That would be a horrible way to
Yeah.
go.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
I can't get in the ass, dog.
They ain't getting a prostate exam, though.
No,
No, I feel that.
no,
Oh, you said no, they're not.
No.
Or
maybe somewhere, but
how about like the leather industry?
well, I mean, the leather industry is. I feel like it's just mainly all cowhide, if it exists here.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
other than like,
luxury stuff.
yeah, maybe you're getting like snake and alligators. You live over there, bro?
I'm live.
What happened? I missed it.
So you got like the signet.
There you go.
So get back into the leather topic, the leather and pleather. One of them's fake, one of them's real. I think a lot of shit is pleather.
Nowadays,
Yeah, because like people freak out when there's real anything, and you have like PETA showing up, and they just like be burning the places down
Well,
and shit.
yeah.
So
Now that he says that, dude, I want to give a quick shout out. Yoder wallets, dog. They made me a alligator leather wallet, dog. Legit alligator leather, dog. You know what I'm saying? $160, dog. Yoder, dog.
like the chips, dude. Or the
Where was
chip
that
dip.
at?
I got me
Indiana?
a George Washington Lay's for your ass.
Was that in Indiana?
No. I've had that for a minute. I don't use it.
Oh, did they like
'Cause
custom?
You
make
got
it?
it on you?
Now I use the Ridge wallet. Shouts out Ridge.
Like damn,
Damn. Shout out a wallet you don't use.
damn.
I want to use this, so I'm gonna shout it out, but I ain't got it on me.
That's wild.
They're definitely gonna sponsor you with that, bro.
That's a clip.
Yeah. Hey, get that dude who didn't wear a wallet.
My point was, it's legit leather. They sell other than alligator leather. They sell ostrich leather. They sell beef leather.
Ostrich.
They sell motherfucking Tar Heel leather. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Yeah, we out here at that car heel. They just skinning back off the car, making a heel leather
Hey,
off that.
you ever run over somebody's foot? That's a car heel cut.
Moving on that car heel, which rhymes with Tar Heel, we're going to talk about a little college football because,
The Tar
you know,
Heels.
I mean, I don't think they're getting into playoffs at all. But
Mm-mm.
so it's a 12-team playoff. I was bringing you up to speed on that.
Yeah.
So what's different? Last year it was 4 teams. Now it is 12.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Any team that wins their conference, and we're talking like Power 5,
Yep.
is in for sure. Then the rest, it's all down to like strength of schedule, who you beat, who you lost to. Right now, as it stands, I think you guys can pull up the top 25 while I'm doing this. So you guys, so you have that.
Yeah,
on
that's a signet thing to
there.
pull
That
up.
signet pull up, and
Well,
it's like
while you're adding on to that, real quick, before you get too going into the whole college football thing, this is added on to the college football.
a
But
signet.
what do you think about the Pac-12 only having 2 teams, bro?
Isn't
It's a
that weird?
50-50 shot on who's going to go to the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah.
One of them guys is going to the playoffs.
It's like, what do you think the coach's speech going into that championship game is?
Should they be
He
added
said-
a different conference?
Yeah.
He said, either you win or you lose,
Yeah.
dog. Score more points than the other team, and you will win.
It had to
cuz.
be one of us. It's anybody's shot. You know what I mean? That's just weird. But no, I mean, it's ever changing. The rules change pretty much year to year, week to week
So,
even.
Do you think that it's a
game.
good thing that it's now 12 teams that go to the playoffs?
I do, and it's kind of weird because in the beginning I thought it would be too much.
Mm-hmm.
But now with the money added in the transfer portal and all
Oh,
these,
yeah.
like, it's kind of like mini NFL.
Well,
so it's like
that's
you
what I'm
you
saying,
could probably
bro,
do
yeah.
like 16 would probably be the better route.
Well, we've
Yeah.
talked about it before, but I think that what's nice about this 12-team playoff is that it gives more opportunity to some of these other teams,
Yep.
right? One loss doesn't mean you're out of it now. You know what I mean?
It means nothing.
I mean, legitimately. I mean, if I've got the top 12 pulled up here, most
Hit
of
it.
these teams, all of them pretty much have a loss. So we've got number 1 is Oregon.
Yep.
They are actually 7-0. They're undefeated.
Yep.
Georgia's 6-1. They're number 2. Penn State, they're number 3. They're 6-0. Number 4 is Ohio State. They're 6-1. Texas is number 5. They're 6-1. Miami is number 6. They're actually 7-0. Tennessee's number 7, 6-1. LSU is number 8. They're 6-1. Clemson is number 9. They're also 6-1. Number 10 is Iowa State. They're 7-0. Number 11 is BYU. They're 7-0. That's Brigham Young University, dog.
Bring them young.
Oh, hell no. Get Epstein out of here, dog.
What kind of name is that, anyways?
For
'em
sure,
young.
though. What the hell? And then Notre Dame, they've got listed as number 12. They're also 6-1. So,
That, honestly, if you would listed off half of those at the beginning of the year, I'd have been like, what crack rock you just hit off, bro? Because
for sure.
it had to be the President Biden's son crack because
Yeah.
he was smoking a big rock in the picture.
It's
I saw.
definitely more interesting than seeing the same teams go every year, for sure.
For sure.
Well, that's Indiana was the team we were talking about
Yeah.
before the cast because it's like they're a team that's like they haven't even beat Ohio State since the 80s. It's like 89 or 88. Like before I was alive or like the year I was born type
They've
shit.
got them number 13 on this list.
And
They
the-
are undefeated.
Yeah,
They're 7-0.
If they realistically, even if they just lose to Ohio State, they will probably be in the playoffs.
Wow.
Like either the 12th spot or the 11th spot because they have a good team. That's what's crazy.
Right.
I mean,
It's like the
really,
coach-
all they need is if let's say, like, let's for example, Iowa State, if they lose a game or Brigham Young University loses a game, instantly Indiana should hop over them because Indiana plays more powerhouse teams than fucking Brigham Young University and the
Bingham.
Cyclones of Iowa State do. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So I think realistically they've got a shot, but I think Ohio State's got them.
Oh yeah, Ohio State's they're the top 4 seed.
Yeah, they
I mean,
earned that.
what we're talking about is they played tight and they lost a 1-point game on the road.
And
to the
honestly,
now number
they
1
shouldn't
team.
have lost that game. Realistically, all it took,
Dude.
They
is
changed the rule after
if
that
Will
game.
Howard would have gotten down a second earlier, bro, and they would have
Yeah.
been able to call a timeout and kick a field goal, they could have won that game.
They changed the rule after that game?
Yeah, so before that play, the other team intentionally put 12 players on the field, knowing that. So they
Because they knew that there
they-
would be a certain flag that would be called that wouldn't draw time off. Isn't that right? Or-
what it was is they knew that they could
Wow.
exploit the rule. And dude even said in the press conference afterwards, like, yeah, we trained for this and exploited it. And so they changed the fucking rule like 3 days after the game.
Wow.
And so it's like you'll be penalized, and I can't remember what the outcome is now, but it's like you can intentionally use a penalty to run time off the clock.
That's crazy how that's never even been a rule in the first place, dude.
Well, there also wasn't this like running clock.
Here's my thing on it.
True.
And this might be a hot take as well. And here's my thought on this. And you know, it's similar as like goes to like poker, where like, you know, counting cards is technically illegal. But if
True.
you're smart enough to know which card's already been played, like, is that technically illegal? Because you know
It's
what's,
not illegal.
you know what I mean?
The casino will just kick you out, bro. Like
They'll kick you out, but
you
like
can
it's.
keep doing it until they.
I don't mean
you
it's
say what?
illegal in like a law sense, but like in a casino sense, yeah, they'll kick you out for
Right,
that
right.
shit. It shouldn't be frowned upon because you're smart, bro.
So
And in a
actually,
football sense, the fact that like you know like what's gonna be basically, if you are smart enough to have the right plays that are gonna get called and you get your team to a spot, you don't need 5-star recruits. Any team realistically, if you've got the right mindset and you've got the right plays in call, you can make shit happen for real. I mean,
True.
look at what Dion did last year with Colorado, bro. I mean,
They was cheeks.
but he brought them to a spot where they were in the top 20.
Yeah, and the like just kind of preseason hype-ish, but I mean this year they're actually it's kind of more proof in the pudding this year. Last year they were kind of
I mean, his son is a dog. I mean,
oh dude,
there's a
no
couple
doubt.
games where Shador threw for more than 500 yards.
So
And
get
you know
this.
that Travis Hunter kid, Travis Hunter's going to go to the NFL, and he might play both positions. He might play offense and defense.
listen to this. So kind of going off of what you were saying earlier about how like they exploited that, right? And like people were able to like kind of figure out how things work.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of going on. It's not sports related at all, but it reminded me of this thing that I don't think I've ever really heard people talk about before. This guy from Ohio, back in 1984, he actually, because I've heard this before, but I just looked up the article on this. This guy, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the game show Press Your Luck. Have you heard of
Sounds
that?
familiar.
It's with the whammies. So like if you hit the whammies,
no
like
whammies.
the little,
Stop.
I've heard of the
exactly,
whammies,
Yep.
yeah.
So that's Press Your Luck.
Okay.
So you basically press the button to make sure it lands on something else but a whammy, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, let me see if it says his name here. Michael Larson. Back in 1984, he's from Ohio.
Dude, that name sounds familiar, bro.
He exploited. He basically
Uncle
knew where. He knew where it was gonna stop. So like he knew exactly when to stop, bro. He like studied and practiced it and shit, and knew exactly when to stop without it hitting any whammies. Said back in 1984, keep in mind, it was a record-breaking win of $110,237, equivalent to $323,296 as of 2023, on the game show Press Your Luck.
He
And
wasn't pressing it.
he didn't get in trouble for it or anything because there was nothing they can do, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's like exploiting.
That's
a
when you're
glitch.
using your brain, that's a different thing. But like, so for example, there's the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yep, I remember that.
The British version of that, right? There was this couple where there was this guy that went on there, right? And he had his wife and his friend in the crowd. And when every time that like he would almost think of the wrong answer, one of them would cough, right?
it was
Audibly cough, and
crazy.
you
It was
could
so
hear
obvious.
it, right? This dude ended up winning, but then it ended up getting revoked, and like it got
Yeah.
reviewed and like investigated by police and shit, and his winnings got revoked,
Yep,
bro.
I
that's
guarantee you at home she's still coughing.
Yeah, she's like,
Tommy does something dumb. And he's just like, hey,
"You cost me $1 million, bitch."
I'm gonna put the dishes away later.
man.
I hear you.
Yeah, that's wild. Speaking of game shows, are we all gonna still apply to be on Survivor?
Well, I mean,
I've
if
already
that
applied
if that
once.
video that we mentioned, if it got to as many likes as I mentioned, I would apply.
How many was it
Now,
again?
I forget. I think it was 20. But
I
will
think
say
we dropped it
this.
to 10.
Damn.
no, I did not drop it to 10.
It's at 10 though, bro.
I didn't
Drop it,
drop
give
it
me
to
10,
shit,
dude.
cuz it was 20, dog. Anyway, back when I was in high school, I remember I went to this career center, right, where I went for digital media and photography.
Sure.
Well, one of the field trips they had us go on, we went to this game show that's filmed in Ohio. It's called Cash Explosion or Cash.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We were in the front row of that, bro.
Nice.
We sat and watched it, and bro, I was thinking like, dude, this is like the easiest way to make money. I mean, it's hard to get on the show. You have to like scratch off a lottery ticket and like hit the like whatever it is to get onto the show.
Yeah.
But if you get on there, bro, it's basically like
Free money.
free money, dog. You just gotta fucking do your shit, and you'll make that money.
Oh yeah, dude.
Gotta make that money.
Gotta make that money. I'm trying to save that money with
Oh.
Bidenomics. Trying to save that money.
Impossible.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
Call JG Wentworth. I got 877 cash cows. I got 877 cash cows. Can I sell them like right now?
Cash cow. My man got it. He got bonds and entitlements and
I got
installments.
cash cows, dog.
He got cash cow. Do it in the pasture. Are they pasteurized?
Pasteurized up.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You got
all right.
chocolate milk on that shit?
You
We
that-
got strawberry too, dog. What
got
you
that-
need?
Got that jockey milk.
Yeah. Is that yoo-hoo?
Got the hee.
I don't really like yoo-hoo.
Me either. It's like
kinda
it's like
fucking
chocolate
fake.
water.
Yeah, it's like fake chocolate water.
That's that fake and bacon for milk, dog.
chocolate water.
Chocolate water.
It is not real chocolate milk.
Some stay thirsty while others feel the thirst.
The thick.
Yeah, literally
The
chocolate. rain.
quench.
Yeah.
Some get quenched.
You gotta get
Others
that
stay
Nesquik.
dry and don't get
Dude,
drenched.
powdered Nesquik.
Not even the powdered one, the bottled one. The bottled one's good.
That's
The
quick.
bottle,
That
all
one
like
with the
ready
buddy?
to go.
Yep.
Is that the one with the buddy? You just shake it?
The buddy.
The bunny.
Your buddy.
The bunny. Bunny.
Oh, Benny.
Buddy.
The Benny.
It's not Easter yet, bro.
Yeah, man.
Nah, but Nesquik got that bunny on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right, dude. He's,
So,
the, he's the
speaking-
cool Roger Rabbit.
Speaking of holidays, these motherfuckers tried to set me up. They've been hyping me up all week about we're gonna get costumes. We're gonna get costumes. I was literally planning on wearing an Oompa Loompa costume here.
Hey, I just want to say, shouts out to everybody. Happy Halloween. Even though they're not in costumes, Dolla does have the Reaper jacket on, you know, being a little spooky for y'all.
I'm
you
just
know.
saying. I'm glad I forgot it. That's all I'm saying.
Jordan staying spooky
I got
too.
yeah.
He is
I got to
staying spooky.
show the people on this.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe try to not fall.
Got that. Survive a horror. Yep. $8.
Hey,
Shout out Walmart. Let me get that gift card.
Sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Hey, I was in. So let's go back to another topic we're about to tie into. Unless you're not done with the topic we was on.
I don't even know what you was talking about, man. Keep going.
Well, anyway, so this shirt I got on because Jay Ram was showing off his. I got this at a thrift store in Indianapolis. It's got the posse on it. On the back, it's got the posse written.
Let's see the back. Let's see the back. Come on.
The
Come on.
boss.
Let's see the big. Let's see the back.
Let me see.
it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Let me see.
okay.
Let me see.
So
I hold this.
anyway, we got this at a thrift store in Indianapolis.
Okay.
While we were up there too, we got a Peyton Manning Colts bobblehead for $19. It's back there in the corner. Y'all can't
Only
see it probably.
$19.99.
He's bobbling
But
like his
anyway-
neck for the
Shipping and
surgeries.
handling.
Pretty sick because as a kid, I grew up a Colts fan. And Peyton Manning was the reason I was a Colts fan. So to get
Yep.
that was pretty sick. We had a good time in Indianapolis, but while we were up there, we stayed at an Airbnb.
Ooh.
And this Airbnb was, I would describe it for those in Ohio, kind of like Bexley and Whitehall, right? You know how they're very
Oh.
close to each other.
Yep.
So we were in a house that was like, it was out of the hood, but it was very close to it, right? So, for example,
away.
my girlfriend has this app on her phone called Citizen. Some of you out there are
I got
probably
that.
familiar with that, right? Well, anyway, while we were up there, she was getting alerts that like 0.5 miles away, 1 mile away, there was like a shooting and a break-in. You know. Well, anyway, the first night we're up there.
That's a great Airbnb right there.
First night we're up
5-star
there.
review.
We're at this Airbnb, and they've got this TV, and all it's got is YouTube TV and YouTube, pretty much, right? So we get on YouTube TV, and there's this movie called Spiral, which is like it's an addition to the Saw movies,
Okay.
but it's like a Jigsaw copycat. So it's not actually Saw; it's just somebody that's like trying to be like Saw.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got Chris Rock in it. He's like the lead detective. Samuel L. Jackson's in it too. He's like Chris Rock's dad. Anyway, it's basically about like killing cops. So it was a pretty good movie, but I don't really like those really brutal like where they're doing like torture type shit, and that's what that is. So anyway, we sat there and we
man.
watched that movie, right? And then later we went out, we got a beer, came back. While we were at that bar, we didn't realize, but my girlfriend left her purse there. Some motherfucker in Indianapolis ended up stealing that shit.
Ooh,
Damn.
So we didn't realize till the next morning that it was gone, though.
the Indy
But
Swifty.
anyway, we go to sleep that night, and I get up to go pee like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? I go pee. I come back to lay down. As I'm laying down, our Airbnb, I should disclose, had a 4-digit PIN on it, right? You had to type in this
Right.
PIN in order to unlock the door. So as I'm laying down, I hear beep, 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 beep. Somebody tried to type in our Airbnb code, dude.
Hell no, dude.
I was like, oh, fuck that, dude. So I sat there for a minute, waited to see if anything else happened. Because we're smart, shouts out to my girlfriend for this, but she put a chair in front of the door.
Okay.
Just in case somebody did try to break in, we would see that the door was moved, right?
Yeah.
Thankfully, that next morning when we went out there, that chair was not moved. But I know for a fact I heard somebody type in that PIN, dude.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah, and another thing to add to that, before we start sharing our other Airbnb stories, while we're at this Airbnb, there's like a floor grate, right? It's like a vent that goes down to the basement,
Yeah.
and we could see through it a little bit, right? You could see through the vent, and we could see down to this basement. There was lights on, bro. I kept thinking, is there a motherfucker down there, dude? Who's down there, dude?
You get that John Wayne Gacy.
Who's down there with us, dude?
Damn.
I'm just honestly still blown by there's a fucking serious movie and the detectives is Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock.
I know, right, bro? Like,
Man, all these kids get killed.
everybody hates Chris.
You ain't gonna kill these people, motherfucker. That's
No,
you
low
just
key,
have to
I
say-
gotta give props where props are due. Chris Rock did a good job. Like, that's the first time I think I've really seen him in a serious role
Okay.
like that. But no, he did a good job as a detective. If you haven't seen the movie Spiral,
I'm gonna
even
that
though
out.
I'm not a big fan of like them
I was gonna
torture
say, bro.
movies, I would say that's a good horror movie for this Halloween if you haven't
I
seen
was
it.
gonna say, bro. If you don't like that kind of stuff, you would definitely not like Terrifier, bro.
I've seen the first Terrifier. I've seen the
Dude.
first one.
So the third one,
I
bro,
thought he was a crackhead.
dude. The third one is I saw the second one, and then we just watched the third one in theaters, bro. Like without really trying to spoil much of it. All I'm gonna say,
You did
about-
see the third one?
Yeah, bro. It is wild,
Bro,
dude. Like,
I heard there's an
Like-
article. Somebody like passed out watching
let me
it
tell
in
you.
theaters.
Let me tell you something. Bro. So probably the first like 3-4 minutes, it gets crazy. Like within the first 3-4 minutes of the movie. What I will say about it, because I'm not gonna like try to say too much without spoiling. All I'm gonna say is that like they really pushed the boundaries when it came to like killing kids, bro.
I have a question. Was this more of a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Because I saw like there's like a trailer where he's got like a Santa hat on.
So he
It's weird.
like that's a good question because like I think it's more of a Halloween movie, honestly. Because like what happens is like he ends up finding that costume, right? Like
Okay.
it happens to be based like around Christmas time.
And that's Terrorizer?
Terrifier.
Terrifier.
3.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say,
Terrifying.
what I was gonna say about it though is like the very first part of the movie, like how I said it pushes the boundaries with kids, bro, is like the very first part of the movie, dude. Like there's a little girl hiding downstairs. Yeah, just a quick little snippet without like spoiling too much. There's a little girl hiding downstairs, and
Jordan.
Art the Clown, the Terrifier.
This is the Terrifier. This like clown looking dude.
So that's where that like meme kind of came from too.
Yeah. So he's like, she's hiding, and he's like walking up the stairs. You can hear him go into her brother's room, and this kid's like 5 or 6, bro. Like he's a little kid.
Okay.
And you hear him just like, you just hear him chopping with an axe, like from downstairs. Like it's like on the girl, like hiding downstairs, and you just hear him like whacking away at the axe. Like,
what's he whacking at?
The little boy, bro. Like the little kid.
Oh, you mean the Terrifier's whacking the axe?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's chopping him up.
Yeah, bro. Like it didn't show it, but then like later on, it showed like the mom go into the room and see it, like all the body parts all around, bro. Like,
damn.
Yeah, and it showed that. It just didn't show the kid actually, but like that's what I was kind of saying. They're really pushing that boundary of like,
isn't that crazy?
Is it okay?
You could make that.
As I was gonna say, is it okay to like make stuff like that about kids and even have kids in those kind of movies?
Well, if you say that, like you gotta look at it, right?
That's
I mean,
true.
The protagonists in that are
yeah, but
kids.
none of the kids died though.
None of them died, but like, realistically, they could have.
Well, I guess
And
Georgie did.
Technically,
True.
Georgie did, and that one kid that was a bully. Remember the dude that was like
True.
his dad was a cop.
Billy.
Billy, yeah,
No, Billy's the kid with the stutter. He would make fun of Billy. I don't remember his name.
I forget his name too, but his dad was the cop.
Yep.
And he watches that video, like the TV
William
is on, and like Pennywise flashes on the TV, and then all of a sudden he sees that, and then all of a sudden kills his dad.
Yeah. Yep. He does die too. Well, I was gonna say, like, do you think kids should be allowed to be killed in movies like that aren't even meant like?
Well, on top of that too, let's add to that. Do you think kids should be killed in video games? I remember in Modern Warfare 2, this wasn't even kids that were being killed, but in Modern Warfare 2, there's a level where you go to terminal, right?
Oh, the
and you're the
airport?
the Russian dudes.
Fucked up.
And you kill all these American people at the fucking terminal.
No Russian.
There's an option to skip that because they know that
There used to not be, bro.
Yeah, that you didn't used to be able to, but they've added an option to skip that because they know that a lot of people don't want to see that shit.
It's just mowing people down.
I've played the level. I know what it's like. In the future, if I got an option to skip it, would I? Just for the fact that I can, I probably would. Just because I've already done it.
Yeah.
And I already know what happens.
Right.
I don't need to see that again.
Yeah.
It was kind of fucking weird how long it went on.
I will
it
say
was
though,
like
Yeah,
a short,
dude.
like it was a whole deal.
It was like
I
at
gotta
least 5
give
minutes.
a big shouts out to Modern Warfare 2 because to this day, I have to say, Modern Warfare 2 has the best fucking ending to a campaign.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Where you throw a fucking throwing knife through Shepard's fucking eye.
Mhm.
That shit is fucking crazy, bro. The third one, Modern Warfare 3, the ending is Captain Price busting down through a ceiling, smoking a cigar.
Oh yeah.
That shit's not as hard as motherfucking
When he
a
fucks
dude
you over.
soap on the ground, almost like fucking what's that shit called? Where you got the flashbang and you're like fucking like blacking out.
He
Motherfucker,
faded.
He's faded. Soap takes that throwing knife and just goes. You see it go.
Oh yeah.
Hits Shepard right in the fucking eye. As he's fighting Captain Price. That is the ending to a fucking Modern Warfare video game, bro. I don't care what anybody says. That's fucking top tier, S+, A+, motherfucking say what you want plus, because that is the shit, dog.
Oh my god.
Money.
Yeah, ooh.
It's an applause
I
for
like
that one.
money.
That was
money.
That was poetry.
Money.
Oh yeah.
I like money. Money. I ain't even being funny.
Get
You already
that.
know what's happening. We ain't bees with the honey. Honey. Yeah, you know what we doing.
Dripping.
Doing. We under the influence. Influence for the Lava Lamp podcast. We doing what we gotta doing. You motherfuckers can't tell us shit. You ain't with it. You ain't even really lit. You ain't even understand what's going on legit. Yeah, I'm dollar singing it. Doing what I gotta do. Change the pick and me. Change it fast, real quick, in an instant. Yeah, you know what's happening. Yeah, we with the shit. Yeah, you know that we with the shit. This is on the J brand. If you want to get it, go ahead, J brand.
I
If you
said,
want to
I
get
like
it.
a brown, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. All up on my shit, cause I am impatient. Walking one step, and you know I've been sent. All up on my thing, cause I'm heaven sent. I said, Lord on my left, Lord on my right. I'ma rock this fucking Sava beat all night. Lava Lab, make that shit all right. Keep it tight. Tight.
Yeah, you know it's true. We keeping it tight. Ike, yeah, you know we do.
Yeah, we do.
Motherfuckers say Mike Ike, you know we do. Eat that candy, yeah, you know that's the truth.
True.
Halloween's coming up. Halloween's the day. If you didn't understand it, well, I hope you get it, man. I ain't even fucking with you like you get it. Hey. Dollar sign stop the beat, but I get it. Hey.
Get it? Hey.
That's
Hell
the
yeah.
middle rap.
Hey, hold
That's
up.
the midtro.
Yeah, the midtro.
Della wants to go back to one of his topics because I've only got to bring up like one or two, but
Yeah.
So we did bring up the E. coli topic, but I want to bring back to some of the little political shit. So
Edgy.
John Kelly, who was Trump's former chief of staff while he was in the White House, he said that Trump is basically a fascist. He said that Trump said that while he was in office,
He said he's the fastest?
no,
That sounds right.
a fascist, like
Oh,
Hitler,
okay,
like
okay.
Hitler was. He said that Trump said basically, while he was in office, he wanted the military to report to him and basically bow down to him. But here's my thought on that. I don't know about the bow down to him shit, but what I do know is if you're in the military, I mean, not even the military, if you're the fucking president of the United States, what is your primary title?
Commander-in-Chief.
You're the commander-in-chief of the military. So if Trump wants the military to respect him and to report to him,
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with that. That's his fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, realistically.
True.
And Trump is more senile than Biden is. So I would trust Trump with the military more than I fucking would Biden.
I think you have that
Do you-
word
Yeah.
the wrong way.
That word's not what you think it means, lad.
What would, brother?
Senile.
Senile is what Biden is.
Yeah.
Senile?
Yeah. Senile is the
Senile
opposite
mean-
of sane.
No, senile means...
crazy, dog.
I'm going to look up
You
senile
going
right
senile
now.
right now, dude.
No,
Here
I'm
we
about
go.
to look it up.
Dolla's about to get fact checked right here on the
He's
spot.
about to get ABC channel.
We'll let him fact check himself. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
get-
Read the definition of senile.
Get CNN up
Okay.
in these.
Senile. Having or showing the weakness or disease of old age, especially a loss of mental.
Yeah, you said Trump is more senile than Biden.
No, I meant to say Biden is more senile than Trump is. That's what I meant to say. Fact check, correction. But what I meant to say, duh.
ABC, though. ABC, though. ABC, though.
Nah,
Hey, this
but
is
what I'm-
CNN right now.
What I meant to say is that realistically, I would Trump. I would. I meant to say I would trust Trump more with the military than I would Biden.
I would Trump.
I mean,
We gonna cut him out,
honestly, I think that out of the two options we have, I mean, I don't even really want to go into that, but I think that Trump strikes more fear into opposing countries
Absolutely.
than the opposing party does, and I think that even if like this would never happen and never has happened, I don't think ever in United States history, but if the Green Party somehow won, even their candidate doesn't strike more fear in opposing countries than Trump does. Trump is that dude in that sense. Trump is the type of person that you see him, if you're an opposing country leader like Putin or Kim Jong-un. Speaking of Kim Jong-un, did you hear that there are North Korean troops that have been sent to
they're all
Russia.
Yep.
They've been sent to Russia to help out with the Russia-Ukraine war. So now there's North Korean troops fighting for their lives out there. Pretty crazy, but it makes sense that Russia and Ukraine have an alliance because if you look at where Russia's at on a map,
Russia and Ukraine.
Russia's pretty close to China, and China is pretty close to fucking North Korea. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that they got a little thing going on because North Korea and China got a thing going on. You call it a thing with a chicken wang wang? Fuck y'all motherfuckers like when that's like bang bang.
For the layman's, everybody's at war over there is what I got. But
Speaking of war, I can't.
good God, yo.
What it is a good for? Absolutely nothing.
Sing
it, yeah. Sing it, yeah.
All right. Back to the matter at hand.
What I was saying about war is I think that realistically, I can't speak for everybody on this podcast, but I think that the United States do need to do more to support Israel. Because Israel is the one we need to be supporting. And I'm trying to figure out how much they supporting, dude. How much they supporting, dude?
Is we talking like a back brace? What's going on?
What are they doing, dude? How much they supporting?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out what the
How global
rules
it
are.
really is, dog.
Yeah. Hey, I just need to know how big your wife is.
Hey, I got this raccoon coat, dude. Fur coat, premium. Organic. That's that organic shit, dog.
Organic raccoon, dog. Rabies free. Organic raccoon coat. Senile.
It's senile, dude. They would sell this at Whole Foods,
This that
dog.
organic senile raccoon coat, dog.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. I never shopped at Whole Foods until we lived with that motherfucker Shay, dude. We shopped at Whole Foods.
This is Dolla's episode, y'all.
Yeah, this is the dollar sode.
This is
Nah.
this is the
Nah.
sing this one.
Take it away, Sava J. Brand.
No, I got nothing, bro. Go ahead, dude. What you guys say about
Whole Foods,
Okay,
bro.
What you
so
guys say about Whole Foods?
what I think about Whole Foods is we was up in Indianapolis, right? And we were staying at this Airbnb, and it was right across the street from this place.
Called Whole Foods.
Whole
Fresh
Foods,
Market.
Fresh Market.
Okay.
Fresh Market,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they had the green, like their letters were all in green. And it low key reminded me of a motherfucking Whole Foods.
Okay.
We go in there, and it's basically a Whole Foods, dude. They had all the type of shit a Whole Foods would. They had some alcohol, but it was like overpriced compared to what a regular alcohol price would be. That's where we got them Indiana Flyer IPAs. So shouts out Indiana Flyer. We enjoyed the beer. We tasted it.
Shout out.
We recommend.
Whole
If
Foods.
you ever up in Indiana, get you some Indiana Flyer. But I will say, what's my thought on these like organic grocery stores? I mean, in a sense, there's a place for them, right? There definitely is a place for these stores. But at the same time, bro, like some of these products they be selling in there, it's the same shit you could get at Walmart, motherfucking Kroger's, or wherever else the fuck you go. So why you overcharging for this shit, dog? Because I don't
It's a better
understand, dude.
product.
I'm just trying to figure out how pricey is it, dog?
For real though.
I mean, it's a better product. Whole Foods is like, if you, instead of getting like a cut of fish that's in a package, they got a whole ass fish.
Yeah.
It's like on ice, big ass.
Probably a
salmon.
fresh caught fish too, not just some bullshit been in the freezer for 12 months type fish.
Ain't no senile fish.
Ain't no senile fish.
Ain't
Hell
no senile fish.
Is it see later now, dude?
You got that
They're already-
Biden fish, dude?
Yeah. Oh.
They're already putting gayness in the water.
Yeah, that's that fish that swims in a circle. The Biden fish just just kind of.
The Biden fish trips.
The best part
The
was
Biden fish trips in the sea.
my favorite Biden moment was when they were like, "We're going to show you how great this man is. We're going to have him ride a bicycle." And he fucked that up. Like,
I think
they gave him like, as a president, you will never have an easier task than just, Joe, we need you to pull up and park the bicycle. Okay,
hold up.
We need you to park the bicycle. And he just thinks he has the kickstand and
They're
just
in his
falls,
ear. There you go, Joe.
about
There you
dies,
go.
and it's just like, the dude on the other end just smacked his head on the fucking table. Just, we can't win.
We can never win.
I gotta say this. I think Biden's worst moment, realistically, worse than that, right? Biden falling off the stage when he was walking back from a press conference. Motherfucker, your task was walk back. You couldn't even walk back? Oh, shit.
Right. He couldn't walk
You're
up the
running
steps.
our country? Oh, shit, dog.
Hey, dude, we need you to walk back.
Can you walk back, dude? We can't support a Secret Service member
What's that
helping
meme?
you out, dude.
What's that meme? You had one job.
You had one
You
job.
had one job, Joe.
Walk back, Joe. Walk home, dog.
Walk it back, Joe. Ain't no walking out. Joe Biden would probably start playing that and being like, "See, I'm cool with the hips." Start saying, like how he played Despacito, and he's like,
He said,
"I love the Mexicans."
No.
Despacito. And he's just like,
Biden
Okay.
said,
Okay.
Biden said, I used to pay 50 cents for gas. I love 50 cents.
"If you ain't black, you ain't voting for me."
Jeez Louise. You can't get it anywhere else, folks. I'm telling you.
Lava lamp.
You
already
heard it
know
here
what
first,
is.
dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you ain't signed up for this, you ain't living.
You
We
heard
got
it
to
here
give a
first.
quick
from Dollar
shouts
City.
out to again to Jay Brand.
Ooh.
You know, we got to mention the fact that he is a permanent regular of the Lava Lamp
Ooh.
podcast. So we got to make credit where credit is due. We appreciate you, Jay Brand. We appreciate everything you do for the Lava Lamp. It's not overlooked, dog. We appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is probably the most fun I've had in a long ass time.
I love that, bro.
It's a team,
This
man.
has
We're building
honestly
a team.
been like, it's, you know what I like about the podcast? It's like, obviously we have some dope ass conversations, but it's also like, this is a way to look back in time when we're older. Some of our hangout sessions.
Yeah,
These are hangout sessions with the boys.
for sure, man.
You know what
For
I
the
mean?
boys.
We're sitting here hanging out, having conversations. But in the future, if we want to, we can look back on that. We got other people across the world that can look at this and see what we're talking about
My man.
Exactly.
and share their opinion. And we want that.
We
So
want
if you
that.
enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and
Speaking
like
of
and
people,
comment on the video.
and speaking of people's opinions, we have a comment from TikTok.
Pull that up.
Tristan, can I get the name of the
Pull
person?
that motherfucking name up.
Can I
right
actually just
back.
see your phone real quick once you pull it up?
'Cause we're gonna shout him out. If
Yeah,
he's
we're gonna shout him out.
I don't know about shouting them out.
No,
but
we're
we'll
shouting
talk
them
about
out.
the comment.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
let
we
me see. Let me see.
we
that.
need to see his pick because we're gonna have a good time. It's all love.
All right. Yep. Exactly. So we got a comment on TikTok from Garrett Watson 1480. We'll have it pulled up here on the screen. Why does bro look like Cricket Mobile Jake Paul? Currently has 4 likes right now.
Ooh.
Who?
And I believe
That's
they were
his two
talking
brothers.
about Signet. Monica, my girl,
I don't
my
know,
girl
man.
said they think they were talking about me. They could have been talking about you guys, but
Dude.
I mean, you guys both have ponytails.
Ponytail.
How
is
has
the wrong
Jake
word.
Paul ever had a
It
ponytail?
ain't
He
a
couldn't handle
ponytail.
this luxurious hair.
Yeah.
Them
I
locks,
don't think.
dog.
I don't think
Yeah,
ponytail is the right word for it.
You know what I meant to say. You guys got them.
Honestly, I take
You got
that
them
as a
slicked back locks. Slick back locks, dog.
slick back.
That SOB, dude.
Anyway, we'll have a picture up here of Jake Paul, and let us know which one of us
Hey, honestly,
Garrett
Now-
Watson 1480 was
Yeah.
talking about.
hey,
What
Garrett,
I will say this though, if they're talking about me, does Jake Paul wear glasses? No. Now,
Oh,
my
you
pros
getting
and cons list is about to be fucked up because I'm about to be in the wrong here. But
debunked.
is Jake Paul from Ohio? Yes. Is Jake Paul a Ohio white kid? Yes.
Does he have a beard? Yes.
Does he have a beard? Yes.
Does your hair look like his? Yeah.
Now, on my cons list, do I sound like Jake Paul? No. Do I look like Jake Paul? Realistically, no.
Yes.
No. I don't look like Jake Paul, dog.
Yes.
Would I fight Mike Tyson? Hell nah, dude. I've seen The Hangover, cuz. You ain't fighting me, cuz.
Yeah, I get that. I wouldn't fight him either. So I don't.
So that's 4-3.
Well, technically,
I
he
think
hasn't.
I'll win, cuz.
Well,
I
technically,
got
he
fighted
hasn't-
too.
Hey, he hasn't fought him yet.
Shit.
Hey, he hasn't fought him yet, so we don't know.
That's true.
He hasn't fought him yet.
That's
Well,
just
I
like
saw
the
something.
Hitman
I saw
Bell
something
and all.
today that said Mike Tyson, now that he's in better health, because that's the reason that
He
got
had like
postponed.
an ulcer in his stomach.
He
or
had
something.
some kind of health issue that was preventing him from fighting.
Yeah.
But now that he's in better health, he is considering it. So
He's fucking.
I mean, if I was Mike and I could make a little bit of money fighting some motherfucker that talks shit on the internet,
Yeah.
would I do it? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do I care if I win or lose? Hell no, because I'm getting
Hell
paid
yeah.
either way, cut,
Yep.
and I'm already Mike Tyson, so I got money in the bag.
I'm pretty sure it's.
I've been in The Hangover.
It's gonna be live
I
on
fought
Netflix.
Buster Douglas, bit a motherfucker's ear off, cut.
It's gonna be live on Netflix. I heard, guys.
Planes are taking off in the background. Apologize for that. Dude, Mike Tyson was pound for pound the nastiest dude ever.
Oh yeah.
He was like, if you pull up a picture when he was like 19 and he won the world.
You know
belt,
what? Like, I got
he
to
was
say
a
this.
machine, dude.
Compared to Muhammad Ali, like, I don't know because I've never really seen Muhammad Ali fight, but
Yeah.
who do I think won out of that situation? Mike Tyson is still senile. Muhammad Ali, before he died, like, low key, he had some issues, and like that's because he got he got injuries from the job he was in. Like, is fighting or football, for example, worth the risk for the injury that it provides? Because
You get that check.
concussions are a real thing, and they can fuck you up for life. But is it worth that $1 million paycheck that you provide your family?
Well, not only that, is it worth only having that slight chance of making it that far? Because I mean, you run those risks all the way through middle school, high school, college. You know what I'm saying? So
You
like,
got to take a look at Tua Tagovailoa for the Miami Dolphins, right? This
My man.
dude, he played at Alabama.
Yep.
He was a dog there.
To it,
Came
I
to
know.
the NFL. He's now with the Dolphins, right? This dude, since he's been in the league, he's probably been in the league 4 or 5 years now. He's probably had 3 or 4 concussions since he's been in the league. Is it worth it, dude?
yeah.
I mean, realistically, he's got a family at home. He's got kids. He's got a wife. Is that worth fucking up your mental capability to play football when you probably got a degree at Alabama where you could do something in the outside world if you wanted to outside of football?
Yeah.
True.
Is it worth the paycheck from the NFL to keep going?
Well,
Just
not
the individual, I guess.
not only that, but I mean, someone that we both know from Pickwood. I mean, he was.
I don't know what happened to him after
He
Michigan
got
State.
he got redshirted.
What was that? That was Delton Tesla.
That was the torch.
Tesla torch.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. It says Tesla.
Nah, so he
Eli!
so what happened to him was he got redshirted after he got I think he got a full ride to Michigan State, bro, because he was a dog, bro.
Okay.
Like,
That's D1 for sure.
yeah, dude, he was a dog, and he got redshirted because I think he tore his ACLs, but he literally never got to play after he tore his ACLs and shit. And it's like, going off of what you said, bro, like, he didn't even get to make it that far, and he still ran those risks, and I don't want to say failed because like it's something that's out of his control, but like he'll never be able to get to that point.
I mean, if I was in a position of football and I had the talent to make it to the NFL, and I believed that, I would put in the work to do that. You
Of
know
course,
what I mean?
yeah.
But if it got to a point where my health is on the line and my mental fucking capability where I can't realistically say if I'm going to be able to remember you tomorrow because I might get a concussion the next day, is that worth the risk?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I mean, realistically, like, and going back to what you said about Darian Clips Clemens from Piqua, Ohio, we got
Shouts
to
out
give
to
it.
Darian, bro. He was a dog.
We
dude.
got to give little quick shouts out Now, Jordan might remember this name because he's a Buckeye fan. But we got to
Brandon
give
Sane.
a quick shout out to Brandon Sane, who went to Piqua High School.
He led them to the championships.
He
in
went to Ohio
2006.
State, did pretty damn good at Ohio State, then went to the NFL, played for the Packers, but
Yeah.
I don't think he really got to actually play.
He got injured.
This next topic I got, no cap. There's a Canadian Olympic gold medalist who is currently like on trial. I don't know if he's on trial, but he's like accused of like shipping 60 tons of cocaine into the U.S. over like a certain period of time. Like $1 billion drug ring this guy's responsible
I got it
for.
pulled up right here from
Yeah.
NPR. Former Canadian Olympian accused of being a fugitive drug lord.
I think his name's Ryan, isn't it?
Ryan Wedding, who represented Canada in snowboarding at the Salt Lake City Olympics in 2002, is now a fugitive from the U.S. justice system, accused of leading a violent international drug trafficking ring. Wedding allegedly orchestrated the shipment of tons of cocaine
Like
from
60
Colombia to
tons, I
Mexico.
heard.
Can we
From
make a
Colombia to
new-
Mexico, the U.S. and Canada, and he's accused of ordering multiple killings. Oh my
Hits.
God,
They put out
bro!
hits, is what they're saying.
Can we make a new rule for the future? When we're talking about news events like this, we talk about major people that did some big shit. Can we
Make
stop
sure we let
talking
them know
about
that-
Ryans? Because the first one we talked about was the Trump shooter, the second Trump shooter.
Yeah.
His name was Ryan.
Damn.
And now we're bringing up this motherfucker named Ryan.
These
I
Ryans.
promise you.
I think we need to start talking about him more because
Yeah,
the fact
'cause
that
we need
Orion
to
wants
bring Ryan awareness.
Orion wants to stop talking about the
Yeah.
Ryans kind of is a little sus.
That's sussy, bro.
It's a little sus. Maybe we got to keep an eye on him.
Being a little sus right now.
Man, you being a criminal.
You would,
Ryan's trying, dude.
My
Ryan
thing-
is trying.
honestly,
Ryan,
I
are
can't
you-
believe no one yet has teed up the joke though of like, if anybody's gonna know good white powder coke, it's a snowboarder. He knows
Yeah.
that white powder better than anybody.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
that?
Facts,
Yeah.
though,
He
bro.
carves
Hey,
that
you
powder
know,
and he
that
fucking
gives me-
blows it down, bro.
That gives me a throwback to one of my jokes I got for y'all, right? So this might be a little stupid, but I got to throw it in there. So this lady walks into a grocery store, right? And she says, "Hey, you guys have any strawberries?" And the guy says, "No, we don't have any strawberries." She says, "Oh, okay." She comes back a couple minutes later. She says, "Hey, you guys have any strawberries?" He goes, "No, we don't have any strawberries." And she's like, "Okay." So she comes back a third time and she goes, "Hey, you guys have any strawberries?" And the guy goes, "Look, lady, you take the BLACK out of blackberries, what do you have?" She goes, "Berries." You take the BLEUE out of blueberries, what do you have? She goes, "Berries." Okay. You take the STRAW out of strawberries, what do you have? Or no, he goes, "You take the FUCK out of strawberries, what do you have?" She goes, "Well, there is no fucking strawberries." He goes, "That's what I've been trying to tell you, lady. There is no fucking strawberry."
The strawberry lady's getting her coke off that Canadian snowboarder.
She's like, "Oh, straight up."
Shouts out to Ryan's dad for telling him that one.
Facts, no, facts. Hey, let's go back to another one. I'm kidding.
You know, you would be by that. It wouldn't be too hard to find that Canadian snowboarder though when you're on the mountains because you just look for the guy who's just. You just would be talking to everybody way too much. Hey man, you come up here. You snowboarding? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
over
that's
here real
cool,
quick.
man. Yeah, don't look at me. I'm gonna get into a black van with like 10 dudes right now. Later.
I'll be right back.
Snowboard.
Is he skiing? Is he doing gay porn? I just can't. It's like now we need to go back through it and like I want to look at this dude's like runs. Is there a time where they're like, this man's just snowboarding like he's out of his mind? And it's like, yeah, he was yayed out. This man was doing blow-cane the whole
maybe
Olympics.
this is a midlife crisis hobby.
What
he
if
got
what if
into.
they all do it, bro?
Do they need to
And
increase?
that's how like they're such good Olympic athletes and we didn't even know it.
Do they need to increase the drug testing for the Olympics?
Yeah. They're like they were so worried about steroids they didn't think about cocaine.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
I ain't trained in a month. I just got the best coke ever.
Why am I
What?
allowed?
Yeah.
Why am
They're
I
on
allowed?
marijuana and they're getting the highest fucking jumps ever in skiing. This motherfucker high as fuck.
Literally.
Literally and figuratively.
And he's coming down the mountain. He looks rather coked out. He's grinding his teeth very hard.
Maybe that's to help with the wind pressure.
Yeah.
Aerodynamics.
He did a big old toot as he got off the lift there. He's doing some powder. He's dropped his powder on the powder.
Does bring me back to another one, though, from back in the day. I got one for y'all real quick. So, little Johnny goes into school, right? And the teacher's got this segment where every week she asks at the end of the week if somebody wants to tell a joke, right? And little Johnny, every week, he never gets picked to be picked for the joke at the end of the day. So Johnny's pissed, right? He goes home on Thursday night. It happens on Friday every week. He goes home on Thursday night. He spray paints these golf balls black, right? Comes home the next day, or comes back to school the next day, right? He's waiting in class for the teacher to ask who wants to tell the joke. Right before the teacher asks, Johnny throws these golf balls on the floor. The teacher goes, "All right, who's the comedian with the black balls?" And Johnny goes, "Eddie Murphy. See you next week." And walks out to class.
Hey, dude.
Bernie Marino thinks everything's funny.
Sherrod Brown let us down.
Absolutely no exceptions. Bernie Moreno.
I thought
Weekend at Bernie Moreno's.
I thought Sherrod Brown was a good guy. And then I saw his voting record. Bernie Moreno voted to let transgender people into men's sports.
You mean Sherrod Brown?
Bernie Moreno?
You mean Sherrod Moreno?
Sherrod Moreno, duh.
Yeah. I don't know at this point. I've seen so many ads that I know they've wasted everybody's money.
I know.
Like
they really have.
If you looked up that total, they could have just like fixed all the problems on what they spent that money on the boat, and they could just been like, "Hey, we fixed it all." And instead, they were like, they made the worst ads you've ever seen.
In fact,
Right.
they
And
had
they
to
were
hit you with.
And the best part is like, what if we just run them back to back?
Dude, that's what's
It's
crazy,
like,
right?
Do you think people will just give up and vote for us if we keep running them back to back?
Bro, what's crazy is like Kamala has a layup just handed to her. Like, they could literally do what you're saying and just be like, "Oh, well, this is on our record. We fixed all this shit," but they're not.
I don't understand how people really
She's
be
10 feet
like.
away from the Oval.
Well, I don't think they're actually allowed to do anything with the like campaign funding that they receive. That's probably why.
They have
Got
to
all
use
that
it for
Biden
the campaign.
Exactly,
Yeah. I think that like it is funny though, like for example, that Sherrod Brown commercial where they say Sherrod Brown thinks everything's funny, and then it just plays this like B-roll fucking like basic ass laugh track in the background. It's like it's like, dude, like imagine they paid somebody for that. You
I
could
could have done that shit.
You could have Kamala do that.
We gotta get a professional.
Kamala's whack ass laugh.
We need a professional laugh actor for this. This is serious.
Listen, okay,
Oh.
I grew up in a middle class family.
My mother was Indian and black. That makes me Blindian.
Fact check.
My mother was Indian and my father was Jamaican.
That makes me a mix between all races.
Quit asking me about my policies. You're making me crazy. Be like, "Hey, what's your policies?" And she's like, "Okay." This was on the Fox interview, by the way, the most recent one. The dude was like, "Hey, right here now, like, you got a camera and a microphone. You said you want to, like, turn the page on all the Biden stuff." He was like, "What policies specifically would you do differently, like, or what do you want to do?" And she goes, "Donald Trump's been running for like 10 years." And the guy's like, and she goes, "You know what I'm talking about." And he goes, I
don't
have no
really.
idea what you're talking about."
I don't really. Elaborate.
They're in the background. They're like, "Cut.
No, I
Get
saw
her out of
some.
here."
I just recently got onto X, which is formerly known as Twitter.
What? They changed the
Yeah.
name?
Elon changed the name.
So anyway,
Changed the game. Changed the name. Elon.
I was on there, right? And this was a post I saw. It was either posted by Trump or a Trump supporter. but it was of Kamala at one of her debates or one of her like campaigns that she was doing, and there were some Christians in the crowd saying like, "Jesus is king, praise Jesus," something like that, right? And Kamala goes, "You guys are at the wrong rally."
What the
Like
fuck?
making it seem like she doesn't want Christians at her fucking rally, bro.
She
Like,
needs the Christian and Catholic vote
That
right
brings
now.
me
more than
in
ever.
to my next point. So she skipped is it the Al Sheridan dinner?
Yep.
And it's like for like a lot of like Catholic unions and
Yeah.
like, the churches of that nature. And so
It's like a little roast dinner. Like
yeah,
a
it
little
is.
Roast party
And it's
dinner.
like she skipped. Trump's a savage, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He took full advantage
Oh,
of that.
yeah.
And it's like my thing about him, whether you like him or not, he's the dude. He's going to make you blink first.
Exactly.
And in like let's be very clear about what his job is. Like you stated it earlier, like he's the commander in chief. Whoever is the president, like you're talking about wars, you're talking about natural disasters. Like we got serious natural disasters happening right now. Like no part of your job is nice.
Exactly.
There
bro.
is no part of what you do is like, let's sit down and talk about
Exactly.
like, you are in charge. Like the whole world is looking to us right now, and we're kind of bending over and showing our ass.
Exactly, bro.
It's like so they're going to be like, okay, we're not going to look to America.
It reminds me. It reminds
Buck
me.
out.
It reminds me of that job. I don't remember if I talked about this at all last time, but it reminds me of the job we all used to work at. Our old boss, Lou.
Yep.
It reminds me a lot of him because he wasn't the friendliest to be around, bro. But like I respected that man because he made sure we got paid. Like, and if we weren't hitting goal, like he made sure to let us know.
he got shit done.
Exactly,
for sure.
bro. And like that's how your boss is not supposed to be your friend. Same goes for the president,
No.
bro. The
He was a
president is-
bag man
exactly
for everybody, and once you learn that, you excel under
Yep.
those people.
Yep.
So like people might have hated on Lou because he'd pull up in a nice ass car, park in a nice ass parking spot. Bro, he fucking owns the place,
he
bro.
earned it, bro.
He earned
started
that
out
shit.
bottom rank too.
Yeah.
That
I
didn't
mean,
happen quite
I will
often.
say one of the funniest things that happened with Lou, I'll never forget this. I was at Checksmart, right? I had this hat on, right? I had this hat on that said dope on it. It was the brand. It was the dope brand.
Yeah.
And Lou's walking back. He's walking past a bunch of desks, right? People working.
Yeah.
Comes up to me and he goes, "Why you got dope on your head? You a dope head?"
Accurate. You dopehead. No,
Collect some money.
he would always like when
Go
I
get
first
somebody.
started there too, because it was like they didn't give a fuck when I first started.
Yeah.
Like HR didn't exist type shit.
Basically, when I was there too, yeah.
And so he would go around and like to motivate people, is he would like print a fucking picture out of what he thought you looked like. So like he was getting people like,
Let's be real.
there's a dude, he put like a Justin Bieber picture down for one of them. He got all pissed. And like, he got me good. Like, cause at the time I was thicker and had a bigger beard and my hair was really short. So he printed out the fucking picture of Al Borland, the dude from Tool Time. The dude, he, collect some money, Al Borland. And so like, no one had the balls to like ever get him.
Exactly.
But I thought he looked like Fred Flintstone. So I put it on his fucking thing, and he came in, and he was like, "Who's?" And I'm like, "Bonnie," and he just that whole game ended after that. You know, it's like, I'm taking my fucking ball and going home. It was fun when I did it to you, motherfuckers. You know, like
That's awesome.
type of deal. But low-key actually respected me for that. I
Yeah.
think, because it was like no one dared to do it, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
And it was harmless, like
Because that's just like the world changed so fast about
Yeah.
that too. Like where people would make fun of each other. Like my whole life growing up, your best friend said the most wild shit
yeah.
about you to your face, though.
Oh, I still do that.
Yeah, but it's like it's love.
Exactly.
Because it's
Real
like if you're
quick.
not gonna say shit to my face like that, then we probably have problems
Exactly,
behind closed
yeah.
doors. Because like if we can't be like, "Hey, you're a cocksucker," something, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
right.
Facts.
and people get all bent out. Like there's something in the middle. Then
I feel like
if you're
it's
getting
more of
bent
an.
out of
I
shape.
feel like it's
over
more of
that,
an
you know?
internet. I feel like it's more of an internet thing than
For
it is in
sure.
real life.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think going back to what you were talking about with that old job, my question is, did HR exist at that place?
No.
That's what
Because
we were talking about.
how
yeah.
did motherfucking Dan go about yelling at people on phone calls like it was like back in the 1980s?
Yo.
Yelling at people, giving them fake names and shit, telling them he's got the
It-
cops coming for their ass
We're-
and shit.
We'll
Used to
bleep
have
the
a
name
whiskey.
out, but to set the scene, this is a gay old man who he's just different. You know what I mean? Like
it was different.
You didn't know he was gay until you heard his voice, type of deal, because he was like very closeted still.
Yeah.
Even though it was obvious that he was gay, he lived in that like unfortunate time where like they had to hide that shit, or he had he would talk one time like about how evil his mom was about it actually.
Oh damn.
Like he had bought like a Barbie doll house or something, he told me one time, and like she destroyed it.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, and was like that like started like him being all like weird to people about it. But he was fucking funny though.
Yeah, I fucked with him.
He was real like with the quips on stuff, because people would be like dogging him on the phone by the way he sounded. Because
and you can only hear him.
I would have to pull his call, and the shit they'd be saying, I was trying so hard not to laugh because he's just standing over my shoulder and I'm listening to the call like, yo, this gay motherfucker on the phone ain't dead. I'm just like, don't make me laugh. Because Daniel's just ever so tender over my desk. Just now tell him this, you know. But
you are 3 payments behind.
Oh, dude, he would crush people. Like he would be so good at it that they'd be like, "All right, then fuck you." And just like because like you can't even get a.
But what's funny is
one person they were like talking mad smack, and they were like didn't want to pay him for something, and this was like people who passed bad checks.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
So he was like, you know, it's getting close to Christmas, so if you hear a rat-a-tat-tat on your roof, that's not reindeer. That's the police coming to take you away. And I was just like, Dan's fucking savage.
No, Dan is a savage. I used to work in the regular checks department, the bad checks department, bro. And no, for real, like he would threaten legal action on those people. And I mean, you have that shit coming, bro. And the job I work at now, right?
Greasy people do.
We do personal loans now at the place that I work at. So we do secured loans, which means we have your vehicle as collateral. Which means if you stop making payments on this shit, we can repossess your vehicle, bro. So, I mean, a lot of these people, like, I'm sorry, but I don't have sympathy anymore. Like, if you go more than a couple months past your fucking payment,
especially without
you
talking
can't
to
tell
us.
me you didn't know that your fucking payment was due, especially when you ignore all these messages and phone calls that we left you. Or, for example, let's say we leave you a bunch of messages and then we try to call you and your voicemail's full.
I never get the voicemail, dude.
A couple days later, your voicemail's not. Hold on, hear me out. So we start leaving voicemails for people. We can leave voicemails for a couple days, right? And then all of a sudden, their voicemail's full. Then a couple days later, we can leave voicemails again. That means you went in and deleted them motherfucking voicemails, and now we can leave voicemails again. You can't tell me you didn't know we were calling, bro.
That also means they owe everybody on Earth that in one day the fucking voicemail gets filled up. That's what I always used to. I would tell people that because they'd be like, I don't know, it's always full, and it'd be like not full. And I'm like, that's how you know like they're in a cycle, bro, because that many people are calling and leaving them a message, and it's like
it's kind of sad.
That or they're running a trap. Too.
Now you do have to take into account.
I need a cent.
You do have to take into account though that like with quote unquote Bidenomics, it's harder to pay your bills. It's harder to pay for groceries than it was a couple years ago. You know, so that's why some of these people are in debt. But
we're the suckers.
I mean, when you get hired on at a job, you're hired on at a certain rate. So 3 years from now, you could be still getting paid the same fucking pay rate unless you got a couple raises here and there. But
which even those aren't much.
Those won't account for the upcoming times that are going to be happening when things start to change and prices change.
Would you hear too that like some of the fast food places now that have switched to like all digital have like, I think they call it like premium pricing or something? Where it's like they change the price actively based on how busy it is.
Oh, wow.
So the place gets like lit, everything adds $1 or $2.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I think they said Wendy's and a couple other places started it. That's why they had all of it. It might not be called premium pricing, but there's a term for it. It's like, it's based on how busy it is. So
I think it's crazy.
When no one's there, the shit's cheap is basically what they're trying to get to. And then like when everyone's there, you pay a premium because
it's the most poppin', supply and demand.
Not fucking wild.
I think it's crazy how fast food places originally, they were made to be a job that was like your stepping stone into the workplace, right? Yeah. And now it's like a job for some people that's their fucking way to make their bills, you know? Like they don't have another job. So the McDonald's that opened up here a couple years ago, maybe it was like a year or two ago, they're hiring people at $18 an hour.
Yeah, dude.
When I started at McDonald's back in high school, I was making like $8.
I was about to
an hour.
say, yeah,
wage.
yep, like $8.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Getting him, I would.
You
always
wonder
snag
why the dollar
McNuggets.
menu's gone.
Exactly. They
When I
gotta pay.
worked- When I worked at McDonald's, I'd always like walk past like where all the McNuggets were, and I'd be like skeeving a couple.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Going into shit being more expensive, what do you think about like tipping culture? Because I know normally tips are normally meant for a service of some sort, like a haircut or dinner. It's like someone's waiting your table. But now it seems like all these fast food places, everywhere that takes like a debit card transaction, want to ask you a quick question.
Yep.
Slide that tip in.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
What do you think about that?
One thing I gotta say is I'm all for tipping a server if they're your server, or let's say for example you ordered delivery, you should tip your fucking delivery guy,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That's
But
a service.
if I ordered pickup and I came and picked the food up,
Exactly.
and you're asking me for a tip, for what? Because you did your fucking job and made the food I
Exactly.
ordered? Like, I'm sorry, but you're getting paid for that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make my food. Like, I don't need to tip you because I drove all the way here and picked it up.
Exactly. Yeah.
I did that.
And it's not even just pizza places, bro. I mean, it happens to me at Subway all the time. Like, I'll literally go through the line, order my stuff right there on the spot, and then they'll be like, "Oh, the thing's just gonna ask you a quick question," and they like want me to tip, and it's like, why do I? And it almost like forces that obligation on you.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I should tip or else they won't get any money.
It's a mental thing.
But it goes back into like the whole employees not getting paid as much by their employers. Like, do you think that employers should just pay their employees more
Yeah.
to avoid, because at the same time that would cause prices to go up.
Exactly.
You know what
That's
I mean?
the
But do you
thing.
think that's worth prices going up?
I think if you actually paid people a fair wage, you probably wouldn't need as many people. You know what I mean? Because it's like then it wouldn't matter like who gets sat at what table, and you're not like trying to make sure like Susie just got sat a party of four, so now I'm going to put these people over here. That it's just like if everybody's getting a fair wage and everybody's working for the company, it's like positionless basketball almost.
Well, that's the thing is like
Yeah.
with fast food jobs, right? Their retainment rate of their employees has got to be the lowest out of any
sure.
other fucking job in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because these places aren't realistically, they weren't made to be a lifelong career. I mean, you're not supposed to
Yeah.
be there forever. You know, you should
For the
use this as a
experience.
stepping stone, the experience, and build your resume.
Right.
And then when you can get to a better job, most people should take that opportunity. There are people that won't, or there's people that are scared to. There's people that are scared to take that risk because they know right now where they're at, it's safe enough to pay my bills. But if I leave, I might not be able to pay my bills.
Exactly.
So that risk is scary enough to so many people that they ended up getting stuck in these jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
The epitome of wage slavery.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
I mean, realistically,
What modern life is.
for everybody that has to work a modern day job, we are slaves to our own environment. I mean, we have to work for a living. You know, I will say this, slaves didn't get paid.
Well, I was gonna say it wouldn't feel so much like that if we could have money left over to do things we like to do, right? The fact that everything is, and like everything is so expensive because like it's all a domino effect, right? So you have the border issue causing people to steal our jobs, right? So like they don't have to pay employees as much
Yep.
because they'll
Exactly.
accept
They
less.
can pay less to the.
And then you have these conflicts that we have with our foreign policy and overseas. It's causing these shipments, these imports to be more expensive. So, I mean, all of those conflicts really coincide with each other as some kind of domino effect. But like going back to, I don't really remember where I was like going with that, but
Well, even like with like gas prices, like that's not necessarily controlled by the U.S., right? So we're reliant on these other countries for some of these products.
it depends on how much
and
they're
that's
willing to
why
sell
the
it to us
prices
for.
are
Yeah.
so much. And there's tariffs on imported goods. So anything that doesn't come from the United States is going to be more expensive because there's tax on that item to even come here. to begin
Exactly.
with.
And like that kind of shit, the normal, like the average person doesn't really think about, right? Because they're not the ones having to deal with that. Me
Right.
included, I don't think about it a lot, but like I got to remember like how big this system we're in really is and this infrastructure, how much it really takes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, man. I just feel like all that coincides together. I feel like the reason why employers want to just have this tipping culture is because they don't want to pay their employees as much. And they're using it as a way to like compromise for the economy how it is right now.
Yeah.
If the economy can like level itself out, people don't necessarily have to be paid $23 an hour for a normal ass job, right? And they can still have shit left over. That's the main issue is like even with me right now, bro, like I barely have enough money left over making how much I do, and I make a pretty decent amount. Like I don't have anything really left over to save. I mean, I can do some things here and there with each paycheck, but I don't have anything really to save.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to get like the boomer mentality, a generation of people to understand that.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, just don't get coffee in the morning or something. And
It's
like,
not.
It's not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like now even grocery, because we used to be taught to, you know, not buy fast food as much, you know, to buy groceries, but even groceries are like the same price, even more.
My grandma's told me that back in the day, like even in her times, right? To eat healthy, it's more expensive to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if you're buying vegetables and fruits, that's
and you know
more
why that
expensive
is
than your fast food.
It's because this
instant ramen type shit. You know,
this fast food society has been created. This lazy society has been created. So now this healthy lifestyle is being promoted as some like special, unique thing when they can fucking upcharge for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken Big Mac.
People
People be losing their mind over that chicky biggie meat.
It is good,
It is
but I
pretty
gotta
good.
admit,
It's a sloppy sandwich though.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just eating it like.
Well,
Wild
the
animal.
Big Macs I always struggle with, like, because like the middle bun always slides out. It always is a struggle for me to eat.
It's definitely a sloppy sandwich. I mean,
Ooh.
you got to know that going in. Even like the Whopper, in a way, can sloppy in a way. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
those big sandwiches, the Baconator from Wendy's. I mean, those can be sloppy, but it's good. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Are they a sloppy toppy?
I want that sloppy, sloppy.
Ooh.
That sloppy, sloppy.
Hey,
I want that
with
sloppy,
With
sloppy.
that slop.
hell yeah.
One thing that I wanted to glance on too that I think is like really cool, but it's still in the future is there's a lot of badass fucking games that they're talking about coming out with. So, the Elder Scrolls, their
6.
next one, Elder
Oh, yeah.
Scrolls 6,
6.
supposedly will come out next year, and they say once that's released, they'll start Fallout 5.
They haven't
trying
even
to think-
started Fallout 5 yet?
So,
They've like maybe like done basic groundwork. But
Yeah.
for example, for the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, which to this day I have to say I grew up playing that game.
That's one of my favorite.
That is
games.
one of the greatest games ever in my lifetime I've ever played.
I don't even really like
to this
RPG lore
day,
games.
I can go back to that game and still have fun.
I
And
love
there's-
that game.
There's other things you can do each go
Replayability
around.
on
There's
10.
definitely replayability for sure. And with mods, there's a shit ton of
Oh,
shit you
yeah.
can do. But so Skyrim, for example, it took 11 years to make that game.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, this game has been in development since 2011. 2011 is when Skyrim came out. So
Right.
since 2011, it's been, 14 years?
yeah,
Yeah.
I've played it that much.
13.
So it'll be 14, 15 years
Yeah.
before this next game comes out. And when it does, it's going to be, I mean, it better be fucking some top tier shit.
I mean, shit. GTA 6 is getting close to being around
True.
14, 15 years.
If the next Elder Scrolls game is anywhere close to Skyrim, I'm going to have a blast with that
oh,
shit.
yeah, dude.
You ain't doing shit for like 2 years.
I was about to say, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone for
you
a
ain't
while.
gonna see this podcast for a minute.
No, you go see the podcast,
We
but
gon-
that's
we-
going to be all we're talking about.
It's gonna be the Skyrim
Yeah,
cast.
literally.
The Skyrim cast.
Yep.
The Elder cast. Ooh. This is the freestyle episode, y'all.
Yeah, you know it's Halloween. You know we gooned up, but you don't know about me. You motherfuckers tried to say I look like Jake Paul, but motherfucker Jake Paul, if I took a 8-ball, cause I be going in. Motherfuckers don't know it. I'm doing what I gotta do. You know Dollar legit. Dollar sick. Good near. I'm changing pigment quick, like in an instant. I'm about to pass the mic on over to J Brand, cause y'all already know J Brand the fucking man.
I do it with my hand. I build it in the sand. I'm putting castles in the air. You know I make it brand. All on my shit. Picking out the raisins. I don't like it because it's just brand. That's how I fucking like it. On my mic I spit. I drop the beat a bit. I don't give a fuck. I keep it up. You know how I spit.
You
Catch
know
your
that
breath.
we with it. You know
Catch your
that boy
breath.
saying it. I mean to take your spotlight away, but I'm doing what I gotta do. Shouts out today, cause it's the Halloween episode. People talking shit, but they can't really let it go. Like Michael Myers said, bitch, I'm not oregano. I'm a pasta, bitch. I'm pasta when I reg it up. You ain't even know what's going on, no, we don't give a fuck. About to pass it on to Jay Brand, so he ain't giving up.
He said oregano, that's that oregano. All up on your face, I crack it up, you know I'm saying, yo. I don't give a fuck, I be spitting, I don't get no luck. I get it and get it, I spit it, hit it, you know I rip it all up on this mic. I might hit this beat tonight, like it's Fright Night,
And like he said, like oregano, like a saying, bro, you know what I said.
Oregano.
I'm Super Saiyan, I'm going in like Goku do. Motherfuckers talk shit, but I don't know about you. Frieza tried to call me a little monkey. I said I don't even care if the beat sound a little funky, cause I'ma go in and I'ma get it. Cause you know that I'm lit and I'm just doing my shit. So fuck you. You ain't a real Saiyan. You ain't on this shit. You ain't the Princess of Saiyans. You ain't Vegeta, you bitch.
Oh.
Let's get it. You ain't like Krillin. Krillin equals 5 deaths. Can you get it? Do you understand the rhythm that I'm speaking to you? You ain't even talking shit. You ain't even see what I do. Go ahead and tell him, Jay Brand. Get it? You the man. Like I said before, bitch, we ain't blowing up like Taliban.
I see Sava Lava shooting out the breath. He's running on his shit cause he's chewing it to death. That note, you know how you get that coat of paint on the wall, cause it ain't like that shit that you've ever seen off the ball on your shit. You know off the tall, I'm gonna chip on the tip off the dome. You know I'm going straight up and spit the 5th and the 5 and the weed. Everything that we gon' need is the Sava Lava lamp every day, Wednesday,
Every day on Wednesday, we dropping a new episode, sometimes Thursday, because we gotta do what we gotta do, but it's okay. Either way, we getting episodes dropped like every week. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Every week, we get that shit popping. There ain't no stopping because you know we ain't topping it off like that. It's the lava lapping fact, the lava lamp doing what we gotta do. Ain't no stopping like a tramp.
like a
Yes,
tramp.
sir. Thank you guys for tuning
Spit
into
it.
the Lava Lamp once again. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Mason Stevens.
It's your boy Ryan Motter. We appreciate y'all for stopping in. If you enjoyed the content, like he stated before, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave some comments because we want to know what y'all are thinking.
It's your boy Jay Brand. Much love to everybody. Love to the lamp. Everybody hit that feedback. Smash that repost.
Make sure to roast us too.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Tell
Peace.
me what I look like.
Tell me what I look like. Peace.